MaryAnn Schlegel Ruegger.
Good morning. I've spoken with you, I think, twice in the past, and I believe each time had to do with testing in some way. I'm not going to talk about that today because it's well covered. I have a different issue to talk with you about. One piece of my background, I tell you about my kids when I talk because that's the story. I'm not going to tell you about my kids today either. I'm going to tell you more about myself. You know that I'm a lawyer. You know that I've graduated from IU Bloomington in 1991. I think what I might not have mentioned is about 6 years of my large firm experience serving as outside counsel and 3 years serving as inside counsel were for a large, locally headquartered, for-profit higher education company, and I'm no longer there. Through that, I learned a lot about marketing, advertising, and recruitment. You may have heard in the news yesterday that Corinthian colleges just had a massive fine placed against it because it has been misrepresenting job placement prospects for its students. What you may not be familiar with, because I know K-12 and higher ed are governed differently in our state by different people, is that there are some fairly strict rules on the federal level on marketing, advertising, and recruitment of students, which are meant to protect federal money used for federal financial student aid, and also to protect people, primarily lower income, less educated families who use those schools. I'm here today to tell you that sadly enough, all of the hours that you have spent on developing the A to F school grades, the hours that these children are spending on tests to the degree that that data is used for A to F are sadly being wasted. And that's because right here in Indianapolis, there are abuses in marketing, advertising, and recruitment by charter schools. There may be by public schools too, I don't know, but I have not been made aware of those. You may have seen a news article in the last week about Carpe Diem School, which has been giving $100 grocery store gift cards for referrals of students, but they're only given out if they actually enroll. They're not given for coming and learning and getting information. It's only if the student enrolls. What you may not have seen yet, unless you travel Keystone Avenue regularly as I do, at Keystone and 71st Street, there's another fairly well-known charter school called Indiana Math and Science Academy North. There are actually 3 locally. You're probably familiar with both Carpe Diem and ISMA North because they came here for appeals of their A to F grades. And you spent quite a while talking about that. You spent a lot of time, you've really worked at this. Carpe Diem got a D. ISMA had a D, moved to a B. Their sign on their school currently says they have an A. It's been there for 3 months and no one is saying anything.
Thank you. Kathy Fuentes.